by zip code, target the Facebook advertisement by year of high school. Everybody writes up top, I'm a junior at Walsingham Academy, I'm a junior at Lafayette High School, I'm a junior at Western Albemarle High School. It's on their Facebook page. You target it by age, zip code, you target it by interests, you target it about what clubs they're in. They may not click it, but the people you're hyper-targeting are certainly going to see it. They're certainly going to be absorbed by it. And it's the same level of radio, TV, and print, but it's at the fraction of the cost. It's at the absolute fraction of the cost. The beautiful thing about Facebook ads, guys, is you can decide how much you're going to spend, how many clicks are going to happen every day. Say, let's just use a hypothetical. I want to spend, you can literally spend $1 a day if you wanted to. Let's use a hypothetical. I want to spend $100 a day to get a 60-word message out about my respective university. Once you've hit that $100 a day limit, it turns off. The faucet is turned off. So you literally can say $100 this day, $100 on Wednesday, $100 on Friday, $100 the next Monday, $100 the next Wednesday. You get where I'm going at. You can limit how much you're spending. And the cool aspect of that is if you have a limited budget, you can maximize that budget to its fullest extent by using the resources and/or limitations that Facebook offers everyone. That's so cool. Think about that, guys. If you're trying to appeal to, let me give a good example here. I love Hampton City. I almost went to Hampton City. Hampton City, if you're trying to appeal to Williamsburg, okay? If you're trying to appeal to Williamsburg, you're trying to appeal to Walsingham Academy, Lafayette, trying to appeal to Bruton, Jamestown High, you're able to say, okay, 757 zip code. This particular area of the 757 zip code, this particular schools and these particular classes and these guys that like these particular subjects. And then you're able to put that brand right there. What do you think that's going to do for enrollment? It's going to create an uptick in enrollment because people are more aware of what's going on. We'll get more to that. If you have any questions on that, please don't hesitate. Utilizing Twitter. This seminar, this tutorial, I wanted to make sure it was well-rounded. Facebook, without question, is king, but there are other opportunities out there to do things very, very well. Twitter has got 500+ million worldwide users. 500+ million. In contrast, Facebook is 900 million and will be at 1 billion in a roughly 90 days. Roughly 90 days. Second most popular social media platform behind Facebook. The value of Twitter is it's much cleaner. Anybody have a Twitter page, Twitter account here? We do? The value of Twitter is it's much cleaner, much more streamlined, much easier to create viral content. Facebook is about noise, okay? Twitter is about 140 characters and the message that correspond with those 140 characters. There's no photo. There are photos, but they're in links. They're disguised somewhat. It's not about relationship, who's dating who's in love with Angelina Jolie. Of course I am. Anybody else? I know him. Who likes David Beckham? It's not about that. It's about a 140-word message that can go viral at the drop of a hat. You know how I found out that Michael Jackson died? Found out on Twitter. Michael Jackson died about 4 minutes before the AP released their story, the Associated Press. It was on Twitter that Michael Jackson died. You use, people familiar with the hashtags and what they're for on Twitter? You got some people? Hashtags are essentially a way to categorize content. You use the hashtag for Charlottesville is hashtag Cville, C-V-I-L-L-E. Hashtag for Richmond is R-V-A. So if you're able to get your message out there through Twitter and then include the appropriate hashtags so it's categorized in the right stream and seen by the right people, then you're doing your jobs of getting your brand in front of your potential enrollees. You can say, Liberty University has a tour going on this date. Everyone's welcome. Hashtag RVA, hashtag Cville, hashtag VA. And then that phrase, 140 phrase character, goes out into those streams, and anybody that follows the RVA phrase, the stream, which is everybody in Richmond follows that. They will see it. Anybody who follows the Cville stream will see it as well. You realize the potential of distributing brands, instructions, messages, and the possibilities here? It's all about finding the appropriate hashtag categories and/or streams and then leveraging it. And the coolest aspect of this, all it takes is sweat equity and a little bit of your time and not a single dollar out of your advertising budget. This is why social media and digital marketing are literally cannibalizing traditional media. And I hate to say this because there's nothing better than in the morning. I love sports. There was nothing better in the morning than when I was 15 years old, my brother and I at the breakfast table, getting the sports page, pulling it to page 2 where the box scores were, and pouring over these over a bowl of Captain Crunch. There's nothing better than that, guys. Now, unfortunately, that's no longer going to be a possibility because it's too expensive to print newspapers, and this gets the news out faster. If Michael Jackson dies at 4 p.m., who's going to wait till 9:30 a.m. the next morning to read it in the newspaper? Nobody. They're going to wait. They're going to find out at 4:10 and get the details of what happened. That's just the nitty-gritty and the nature of the business. This is an exceptional tool for people looking to build brand identity, brand equity, and a following. What does the final bullet point sound like to you? An exceptional tool for people looking to build brand identity, brand equity, and a following. Does that sound like every professor you know? That sounds like every professor I know right there. Every professor I know is looking to get people following him to get a brand in his field or her field and to get some brand equity behind her work. That's what social media can do. It can create a viral effect. We'll take the strategy of the professor I'm working with. He's going to create and punch out the work. He's going to get it published. And then he's going to take that URL on his Twitter stream, and then he's going to send it out to the people at the Atlantic, the Washington Post. He's going to send it out to people at the New York Times. You realize traditional media now has reporters with their sole job for 40 hours a week is to monitor Twitter streams? There are people at the New York Times right now, all they do is sit in front of a computer and monitor Twitter streams to find story ideas. I think that is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it's just the potential is endless, folks. Twitter strategies, ideas, and uses. We've touched on the hashtag already. Create a hashtag. Maybe the hashtag for Liberty is LU. Maybe the hashtag for Hampton-Sydney College is HSC. Create a hashtag stream and then nurture it, grow it, build it, throw the miracle grow on it, and help it blossom and bloom. Take that away from you. This is another great tip. You create a hashtag and say, on your marketing materials traditional, hashtag Twitter. Anybody like, I can't believe I'm using this as an example. Please don't judge me for this. Anybody like Bethany Frankel on Bravo? Anybody know what I'm talking about there? Okay, please don't judge me. She is a branding genius. She's a branding genius. She sold her spirits company for hundreds of millions of dollars to Jim Beam. She went from rags to riches in 2 years. And the reason she went from rags to riches in 2 years was the power of social media. She created her own social media, her own Twitter stream, hashtag Bethany, and now Bravo's promoting it for her. She promotes it every day. Check out the stream. You're looking at 20 to 30 posts a day from her team in the hashtag Bethany stream, and so many people are following it and are obsessed with it because it's an insider look at her brand. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be in the inside. They all want to get information that nobody else has. That's what Twitter is about. That's what Twitter is about. Target and attack established hashtag streams to generate brand distribution and message awareness. A good example is what I just talked about with RVA. Do you want more people from Richmond applying to your school? Use the RVA hashtag. Do you want more people from Charlottesville applying to your school? Use hashtag CVILLE. They will know about it because they're on it constantly. Mississippi State is an SEC school. They have the dubious distinction of competing football-wise with the LSUs, the Alabamas of the world, the Florida Gators of the world, which is an uphill battle for them. So they said, look, we have all these people that are coming to our games. We need to figure out ways to capitalize and monetize these people because we may not get the revenue that comes from bowl games every year, like our peers LSU, like our peers Alabama and Florida. So it was so genius. Mississippi State comes out in their last home football game of 2011. This can apply to any sport. And in the last home football game of 2011, in the end zone, instead of saying the mascot's name or Miss U, they did hashtag Miss State. Hashtag Miss State. 65,000 people were at that game. 65,000 people saw hashtag Miss State in the end zone. Everybody that was watching that contest on TV, millions of people that are watching that contest on TV, see hashtag Miss State in the end zone. What happens, guys? ESPN.com picks the story up. Sports Illustrated picks the story up. It's featured on SportsCenter at the 10 and 11 p.m. and then the next morning. Priceless, invaluable marketing and promotion. Anybody that's watching the game or at the stadium pulls out their smartphone, gets on Twitter, checks the hashtag Misstate, and sees 60,000 people at the stadium, millions watching at home, posting within that Twitter stream what they're seeing. Man, that was out of bounds. That was a touchdown. Go Mississippi State. We're going to win this contest. It's over. Touchdown celebration. Now, Mississippi State's smart. What do they use? They realize that tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people are following the stream. Next thing you know, Mississippi State is starting to promote advertisements on that stream. Come to our student bookstore for 15% off and mention this hashtag. Come to the concession stand for buy one, get one free hot dogs. Here's a hyperlink to where you can enroll and get some early information on enrolling at Mississippi State. Meet Professor John Smith, who's a virtuoso at the cello and teaches at our school. They leverage the eyeballs. Content is king. Content drives people. People leverage them to drive your brand and message. It's a genius marketing ploy, and I can guarantee you, you will see more end zones, indoor basketball courts, outfields on softball and baseball diamonds. You will see signs at cross-country meets, at track meets, promoting a hashtag and encouraging people to use that hashtag, because once they utilize it, you can leverage those people to your advantage. The possibilities, the potential are endless. Any questions at all on that topic? Please, please bring them to me if you have one. Yes?
So first we got the website promoting the hashtag. What do you think will be next?
It's a great question. I think, and it hurts my business, but I think we're going to be in a world where the need for an independent website is not going to have the same credibility. It's not going to have the same need. It's not going to have the same, importance. Perfect.